Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. So today a new PSRK knife. That's a kind of clone or copy of the Spartan blade Enyo, which is a small neck knife. So that's the second video I've posted of that knife. You can see it with the warped handle that I made on the preview video I've made few weeks ago. You've done a big preview video and you can see it naked, let's say naked. So it's delivered with that sheath, small sheath, we'll discuss the sheath after, and it's delivered with that piece of leather. It's real leather, and you can either use that as a keychain or you can use that as a warped handle. So I used it as a warped handle and I put another keychain that I had to use that as a neck knife. So what do we have else on that? It's a copy of the Spartan Enyo, but as I said, it's not, I think, the exact dimension of Spartan Enyo. It's thinner and it's a bit smaller, so that's not exactly the same. In terms of quality, it looks everything is well made. You have a nice jumping here, you have a small jumping here, you have a hole here, and then you can see that you have one form like that, which is a hole in the inside, and another one which is here like that. So like the Enyo, this is exactly the same design as the Enyo, same kind of tip, harpoon style, that stone watched blade, pretty good looking, I think, really nice, and it's fitting well in hand when you get that warped, because this is really thin, and if you don't get any warped, I mean, the stuff is moving inside your hand, except if you're kids. But if you're a man, yeah, you need to get something smaller handle to make sure that it will fit in your hand. If not, it will move. That size is okay, but it's too thin, so you need something. So then we have the steel. So the steel is the ASPX818. So that's the stuff, you see. They said this is poor metallurgical stainless steel, blah 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 blah. Apparently it's really good. You can check that. It's just new in knives. They don't use it too much, but that's a very nice steel apparently, and I think it's pretty light. That's the second knife I got with that steel. The first one is the PSRK Survive GSO 2.7, the clone of the 2.7 GSO, which is really cool, by the way, and yeah, you should get as a small knife. And this one is pretty cool too. I really like that steel. Looks tough and pretty light. I mean, it looks a bit like titanium when you take it in hand. It's stainless, so that's pretty good. Then let's look at the sheath. So the sheath is nice. Only cons I have with the sheath, this is that the retention is fine, but if I drop it this way, let me drop it again, you see it falls. So the retention is not crazy, which means that for a neck knife on my side, I want to get something 100% secure. If I run with that or whatever, I don't want the stuff to fall and to be stuck in my shirt or whatever, and then I can cut myself. So I will probably have to iterate a bit the top of the sheath, just to tighten it a bit here or here, to see if I can get a bit better retention. There is no play, so that's just a small stuff. I think that just small eating point here and just a bit of pressure right here will completely secure the knife and will make sure that that stuff will never fall off. So that's what I will do, because I have a it gun. Then what else can I tell you on that stuff? So yeah, the sheath is good. Smaller hole here. I had that keychain that I got from under the stuff, but it's fitting really well. Yeah, everything fine. Even if you don't treat it, I mean that for everyday carry, it's okay. The retention is just not as crazy as I would like to get it, but that's still safe, you know. If I do that, that stuff is not falling. And I put the weight of the paracord, the lanyard. So, but you see, no plate, not falling. This is just if you drop it from even like that, from a high distance, then you can get issues. So whatever. So let's look at the dimension. So this is why it's interesting. The real Enyo, they say that it's 15.7 centimeters. So this one is 14.7 centimeters, which means that this is 1 centimeters smaller than the original Enyo. Then the Enyo blade is supposed to be 6.7 centimeters. So to here. And here I can see that I just got a 6 centimeters blade. So they have done a bit smaller stuff. Then, sorry for that, the thickness of the Enyo is supposed to be, I think, 4 millimeter. And here we have 3 millimeters thickness. Only 3. So it's not as thick as the original Enyo. You can see 3 millimeters. And now let's look at the weight of that stuff. So the original Enyo is supposed to be 80 grams. I got the paracord handle, so not the paracord, but the warp angle. But this one is 52 grams, which means that I told you that I think the steel is light, but which means without the laser, which is a big piece of laser, it's probably around 40 grams. Because I may get 10 grams of the stuff. So between 40 and 45, probably. So that's really, really light. And if you put the sheath with the cushion, 72 grams. So you see, all included, it's not the weight of the Enyo. Because the Enyo is 1 millimeter thicker, not the same steel as 35 VN, and it's 1 centimeter longer. So, of course, there is a difference. So that stuff, you have to be aware that it's not, I don't know why they have decided to do that, something which is a bit smaller than the original one. Maybe they were thinking that as a neck knife, the Enyo is a bit big, which is true, that the Enyo could be big as a neck knife. This one, I mean, harpoon style blade, very good finish, stone washed, good jumping gear. When you get it in hand, I mean, it's really good. So for small knife you want to carry on everyday basis and get something easily accessible, even if you take it reverse grip, you see, you get exactly the good place. It's pretty well made. It's pretty well made. So I like this small one. I've never get in hand the original Enyo. Yeah, just a bit bigger. I think everything is a bit bigger, so maybe wider, and that's just 1 centimeter bigger knife. So I think that's weird that they have done that and not exactly the same copy, but I can understand that probably for them it was a bit, or it was a way to save cost. I don't know. Maybe they say like, let's save cost, let's get a bit less metal, and we'll sell it as an Enyo, and people will think it's an Enyo. That's another option. So whatever. That stuff is pretty cool. They sell that for 79 point something euro, which compared to the original Enyo is and compared to the fact that this is a nice steel, stainless steel, and a good one. I mean that's a really good steel. So I think it's not so expensive, and I think that's a good deal actually. So yeah, up to you if you like it. That's what I can tell you on that knife. Thanks for following. Bye bye guys.